Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe down below. But for today's video, I'm doing Shop My Stash, and I'm just going to give you guys a rundown of the products that I used last week. Basically, everything worked out. I liked everything that I used last week. However, I did go ahead and return the peanut butter and honey palette from Too Faced because honestly, I just found that the shadows weren't blending as well as they could, and I felt like I needed to go in with another palette besides that one. And I feel like for a palette, I kind of want to have a one and done look in that palette, and for me it just wasn't working out, and so I did go ahead and return that eyeshadow palette. But everything else from last week that I used, I really did enjoy, so that's good, and I am going to share with you guys what I'm using this week. So I will start off with the face category first. So again, for primers this week, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, as well as the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Both of these are still hanging on, especially the Becca one. I'm really surprised that there's still product coming out. I do enjoy both of these primers, so it's not that big of a deal. I do enjoy them, so I'm happy to be using them again. So hopefully they will be done soon. For foundation this week, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion, and I'm in the shade N2, which is also called Classic Ivory. And I can tell that this product is getting harder or less product in it because every time I push on the cushion, it takes a while for product to come out. So that's the next product in my foundation for the week, and I do enjoy this. I would say if you have extremely oily skin though, this will not work for you, but if you have combo skin or dry skin, I think this would look beautiful on you. For concealers this week, it's going to be the same as last week, and that is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser in the shade Light, and then as well as the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Light as well. And both of these I've been pairing together and they look beautiful. I typically put more of this down and then I just put like a dot of this down just to help blend this one out, and that combo I've been loving, so I'm going to stick with that for this week as well. For face powder this week, I'm going to be, again, working on my Benefit powder, and I've hit some more pan, I would say. Sorry, so bright today, like, lighting. I don't know if you can see that, but I've hit major pan, like, right here, but I love this powder. It's all I'm wearing on my face today, and I think it's nice as a, like, foundation topper or a nice, like, setting powder, or to use by itself. I also think it's really beautiful, so I'm going to be using that as well. For a blush this week, I'm going to be using my Chanel blush here in the shade Rose Bronze. This is a beautiful blush. It's just a kind of natural everyday finish. I feel like a natural everyday blush, and I feel like it's going to go with any look I'm going for, so I'm going to be using that. And then for actual eyeshadow this week, I have 3 palettes here, which sounds like a lot. Before you guys get all like, whoa, 3 palettes. There's one's a like mini palette, and then the other only has 4 shades in it, which technically a quad, but it's a palette I've made myself, and then I have one actual palette. So I'm gonna start off with the mini one. This is the Urban Decay Naked Basics 2 palette. I really want to work on using this week, and I do like this palette. I feel like it's a good, just kind of matte palette where you can just get matte looks out of it, as well as it's good to use with other palettes, which I know I said I returned the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey palette because I wanted a one and done palette. This is kind of a exception palette though, I feel like, because I just feel like this is a nice throw in your purse kind of palette, and just a nice matte palette, where the Too Faced one, I don't know, there was something about it that I just didn't like, where this one I love, so I'm going to be using that. And then for like my build your own palette, or quad I guess, it's going to be my MAC palette, and I am wearing it on my eyes today, and I do really like it. I used the MAC palette and the Urban Decay one today, so that's what's on my eyes today. But this is what my little MAC palette looks like. It's pretty sad. I have all these empty spaces, but Anyways, I have the shades Nylon, All That Glitters, Cranberry, and Wedge in here. And these are just beautiful. I forgot how much I adore these shadows. You do kind of have to, I don't want to say build them up, but I feel like some of the shades you do need to kind of work with a little bit. They're not bad by any means, but yeah, the swatches don't do the actual shadows justice, but the shadows themselves are beautiful once you apply them to the eyes, and I really want to get into more MAC eyeshadows. And I don't know if you guys heard this, but MAC Cosmetics is coming to Ulta, which I think is kind of cool and interesting, so I can't wait to see if they have their single eyeshadows there, so I'm excited about that. And then the other eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. And I used this a ton when I first got it, and now I really haven't been using it that much, but that's what it looks like. I feel like these shades are just so beautiful and they blend like a dream, and I cannot wait to use this on my eyes this week, so really excited about that. Now on to some highlighting products. I want to use my Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam, and I got this, I want to say, over the summer, I think, or last year sometime, but that's what it looks like. And I absolutely love this glow kit. The shades in here are so buttery and smooth, and they look so beautiful, and they blend like a dream. They don't look chunky or too intense in my opinion, so that's some swatches, and I just think this is going to pair beautifully with the eye looks that I'm going for this week. So I'm really excited about those. And then I have two Lorac highlighters here that I want to use. The first one is the Lorac Illuminating Highlighter in Moonlight, and I'm actually wearing it today. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, probably not. But it's just this like pinky kind of rose highlight, and I think it's going to pair beautifully with the Chanel blush. So we have that one. And then this one I just recently picked up, and it's also from Lorac, and it's from their brunch collection. I forget what the collection's actually called, but this is in the shade Limelight, and it's this blue shade. I don't know if you guys can see. It's like a blue-green shade, and it's beautiful, and I think this is going to be perfect to mix with other highlighters, and I cannot wait to try this out and wear it. So we have that one. And now moving on to some lip products. So I guess I'll start off with the actual like lipsticks and then move on to the glosses. So I have my itty bitty NARS Wachovia Satin Lip Pencil. This still is not finished. There is not much left, so I'm hoping within the next week or so that this will be gone and out of my collection. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and keep working on that. And then I also want to use the Urban Decay Revolution lipstick in the shade Sheer Liar. I'm actually wearing that underneath a lip gloss right now. And this is just a beautiful, like, kind of rosy nude shade, and I love it. It's so comfortable on the lips, and I feel like it kind of goes with any look I'm going for. So we have that one. And then I also would like to use the Lorac lipstick in the shade Goddess. And that's what that looks like. It's like a purple taupey gray color. I don't know. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, when you swatch it, it just comes off like a kind of purple shade. But on the lips, it kind of has that taupey gray lavender shade. I don't know. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I really want to pull this out this week and use that. And then I also want to use my Kylie Dolce K liquid lipstick. This isn't my favorite formula, so I just kind of want to continue working on it, and I feel like I haven't worn this in a while, so I want to go ahead and work on it. I feel like there's other I feel like there's other better liquid lipsticks out there. This isn't a bad product, but it's definitely not my favorite, so there it is right there. And then for lip gloss this week, I have two. The one I'm wearing on my lips right now is the Dior Addict lip gloss in the shade Princess. And this is not my favorite lip gloss. It kind of has a plasticky smell to it, and I don't know if mine is going bad. I feel like it is, but I'm about halfway done with this. I know, like, it doesn't look like it, but this yeah, it's halfway gone. I checked. But that's the shade. It's just a nice light baby pink color. It does have a ton of like sparkle and glitter, I guess, but you can't really feel the grittiness on your lips or anything. But once the actual gloss does wear down, you are left with just a sparkle on your lips, and I'm not really the biggest fan of that, but there's that one. And then this I just picked up and I haven't actually tried it yet, but this is the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in the shade French Martini. And this is a limited edition shade. And can we talk about this packaging? I love like the little diamond accent at the top. Obviously it's fake, but I just think it's a nice touch, and it's this really purple plum shade. And I will go ahead and swatch it for you. And if you guys know, Buxom makes my absolute favorite lip gloss formula, and I love the tingling, and I just love Buxom glosses. So that's the actual shade. It's not as intense as it is in the tube, obviously, but yeah, I'm super excited to play around with this week. And yeah, that's everything that I'm going to be using this week for Shop My Stash. So let me know if you guys like seeing these videos, as well as leave me some requests down below. And don't forget to subscribe and check out some of my other videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Talk to you later. Bye!